How's it going, everybody? Just want to do a video on my Silencerco Sparrow 22. Um, really been liking this suppressor. One of the things I did notice is that, you just thread this back cap on by hand um, just to tighten it up, and that's all you need. And, you also have to line these like waves up on the front of the suppressor here, if it'll focus. And sometimes what happens when you take this apart, either to clean it or whatever, and you go to push this back down, because once you unthread it, when you push forward, and then you just pull it straight out, and then when you go to push it back in, it's pretty stiff. And then sometimes like I said, you got to line the waves up together. What happens when you push it forward, you can see if it focuses. See how it's not completely lined up? So it's really difficult to get a grab on it, to turn it. So normally what I have to do is push forward slightly again, enough to get a grip on it, then turn it, and then push it down. And you can still see it still didn't line up correctly. So it's very annoying to get this to line up perfectly. You just got to keep doing it till it kind of lines up. So I'm like, well, there's got to be a fix or some sort of tool that I can use to make it a lot easier. I'm just going to leave this loose for a little bit. But anyways, yeah, so there's got to be some sort of tool to get into these grooves on the front of it, and where I can just turn it until it lines up. So I didn't really find much on a Google search. Finally, I did find an eBay seller, and their eBay name is Suncoast 3D. S-U-N-C-O-S, or I'm sorry, C-O-A-S-T 3D. You can just type in on Google, or I'm sorry, eBay, 8-prong Silencerco Sparrow tool wrench. Type that into eBay and you should find their listings. Normally they sell them, you get 3 of the wrenches together, just basically kind of like a backup, because they are 3D printed plastic. And here it is right here. So you have to, depending on if you have an older one or a newer one, you have to figure out how many prongs you need. So the new one has 8 of these. And then this one, it just simply fits on the back like this. And then you can go ahead and use this to lock in. Snug it up slightly if you want, or if what happens is when you thread it onto your firearm, and it sometimes tends to get really tight when you thread it on. So then you won't be able to, even though you hand tighten this, once you thread it onto your firearm and tighten that to the firearm, or this to the firearm, then what I notice is that this gets even tighter. So by doing it by hand, you can't break it loose. So I actually had to use some soft jaw pliers. It has like a rubber insert on the plier, and was able to wrap it and carefully unthread it then. So this tool makes it a lot easier to grab it, break it loose, and you're good to go. But unfortunately, the way this is designed, it doesn't work with the front to get a grip on it. It's not dished down enough, and these teeth aren't long enough to engage. So I ended up contacting the eBay seller and says, do you guys have one for this, or can you make one? And I worked with them for a little bit and kind of gave them some rough dimensions and ideas, and they finally were able to do it, and I got it in today. I got 3 of them, and so basically it was a test. I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not, but it actually works perfectly. So you can see it's basically the same, but I told them to make the little prongs longer, and have them come down some, so that way it can kind of compensate this dish. And so they made 3 of them, and you can see it actually lines up perfectly. There's just a little bit of a gap, not much at all, but they do contact inside. And so since I left this loose a little bit, That way I can get this to turn. I'll show you. So here it is before I move it, if it'll focus. So it's slightly off just by turning it. Oh, I gotta unthread this a little bit more. You can see I'm actually moving it, making it worse. And then I can move it back and it lines it straight up perfectly. So now I don't have to do what I used to do, was once this was off, I would have to push forward on it, grab it, turn it, and then hopefully it lined up. So now even if it's slightly off like this, now I have this wrench for the inside, and I can basically just turn it until it lines up perfectly. So definitely an awesome tool to have. And then this is definitely awesome for the back cap. This one, since this is the first trial, I'm the first one to try this tool out. It works great. So now they'll probably end up putting this on their listing. It might not be on there yet because you know, I wanted to find out if it was going to work or not. So now it works, and now they know, you know, they already have this in their system, so in their computer, on how they make these, and now they can just produce more for other people. So if you're in the same boat and you have the suppressor and you want to make it easier to line these waves up, this one works perfect to get in here for the front. And then for the back cap, if you want to either snug it up or loosen it, you know, this one works perfect for the back cap. So now you can use it, snug it up, and then now you're good to go. Obviously be careful not over tightening. Since it is plastic, these teeth can break, so that's why they give you 3 of each. Definitely awesome. You get 3 for under $20. Actually, I think it's under 15 bucks shipped, so can't beat it. Something to keep in your, you know, however you store your suppressor when you go to the range or whatever. Keep this in your tool bag, your range bag, whatever. Or if you, like me, I bought one of those Harbor Freight Appalachian or Apache boxes or whatever. They're kind of like a knockoff of a Pelican. I got a small one for that. I keep this in there. Now I can keep these tools in there too. That way, if I'm out at the range, I have them in case I need them, in case I have to take this apart for some reason. But so yeah, definitely check them out and give them the business. You know, now they can make a listing for this one and sell it. So now that we know it works. But anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to comment, and thanks for watching.